Circling here of the honorable assets, and I know it's been a quiet month for me when it comes to summer, not month, when it comes to analysis. But I mean, realistically, not much has been going on over the summer. You know, we just got to a point where I feel like it's crucial to do a breakdown at least, just to see what potentials we have at hand. So this is what I had mapped out before, and as you see, I mean, this could be a deviation. We could come back in and it could follow this path, but I'm not liking it. But let's talk about like some of these potentials. So these zones are still mapped out from previous videos a few months ago. So in a way, that line that I just drew random of what I could see happening, here's what I could see happening now. So we're back below this MA 200 on the weekly, which I said is bad news if we can get under it. But it's not completely bad news because we still have this line of support right here, this purple horizontal rectangle, and we have the 50 weekly MA. So, you know, just personally, I don't like how for the first time we were under the MA 200 on the weekly here. We came up above. Kind of got like this double top swing failure pattern scenario going here, closed below this ascending triangle or wedge, and I could just see a scenario where we're back here, we're back under daily support. You know, there's the 200 on the daily too, and we're under that. So really, I mean, on the daily, you want to see a scenario where maybe we come down to this weekly support, come up here, come back up, and you want to hold this. You want to have this SR flip here on the daily. But I mean, there's a lot of news figuring it out. Price hasn't moved at all. I do believe that in this coming bull run, one of the main narratives is going to be spot ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum. In my opinion, and I know that doesn't really mean much, the SEC is screwed when it comes down to it. But under these high time frame resistances, you know, I could see a scenario where we just kind of range between this 50 MA on the weekly and this daily support and resistance, or even weekly. You know, we could very well ping pong in between this zone on the weekly, something like that. But I mean, if this zone breaks down, let's say if we get a price close here, retest this resistance, you know, break through that support, retest it as resistance, break through this MA, retest it as resistance, you know, I could see a scenario where we come down here to this weekly support and resistance zone. Price kind of took off, so I could just see them coming back down here, grabbing some positions, or even taking out these lows here. You know, see a scenario where we get a swing failure pattern, come up and figure it out. I mean, price isn't going to go in a straight line like that. I feel like it would look something more like this. Maybe we get that flash crash, come back up, establish that resistance as support again, and whatnot. I mean, on a higher time frame scale, I said anything in this blue box is a pretty good zone to buy. I mean, monthly structure, you really want to see this hold. You don't want to form a new low down. Like, you don't want price to come down here and create a new low, because in my opinion, this would be a higher high, lower high, and you don't want to see a lower high here. I mean, if you're a bull, depending what side you're on. I mean, if you're feeling bearish, then you'd want to see that. But that's really what's going on here. I mean, I think it's reasonable if you want to take some spot. I mean, First of all, if you look at my Bitcoin macro video, I believe I said anything under like 27,000-ish. I mean, really, let's call it 30,000, make it a nice round number. Long term, that's going to be considered a fantastic buy. And I know I've seen some charts where they're like, oh, Bitcoin's only going to do a 1x, but they're using previous all-time high. And even from this, I mean, a 1x would be put it at 120,000. So anything under 30, I mean, it's not a 1x. It's 4x. I mean, fantastic numbers. But this is what I'm looking at right here. I mean, realistically, you could be a spot buyer here, long-term bags, but this monthly zone, this weekly zone, I'm definitely interested. If price comes down, we come take this out and hold this as support again. I mean, I think it's a reasonable entry for a long. I mean, just lots of, I mean, shit, let's look at this right here. I mean, Bitcoin's it was in the same range. Let's get the time. I mean, 49 days of pretty much in like the same price range, so not much going on. This is waking up. But we'll see how it goes. All we can do is take our best guess, prepare for every scenario, and take advantage of it. So let's see where it goes, but this is what I'm looking for now. Thy Sir William on all my socials. Honorable Assets Beginner's Guide to Crypto has been out for almost a year now. Now's a great time to learn in the bear market. Like my man Warren Buffett said, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. But that's really it. That's a quick breakdown. If anything, like always, hit me up and let's prepare for this bag. I believe the Bitcoin halving is less than 225 days away. It's looking like mid-April. So less than a year where things get real interesting. Now's the time to sharpen knives. Let's get it.